Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. We take a closer look at Russell Wilson, the Pro Bowl quarterback in his 7th season out of Wisconsin.
So knowing the style of offense that Seattle favored or has favored during Russell Wilson's time there, raise your hand if you thought you'd see him lead the league in touchdown passes.
My hand's down right now.
That's what I thought. He only had 21 in 2016, so we didn't see that part coming. The Seahawks missed the playoffs for the first time in Russell Wilson's tenure last season, but expect that to change going forward.
Yeah, 34 touchdown passes last year on the heels of the 21 you mentioned the season before. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Tempo.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
On first down, Wilson flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out to kick is Janikowski. On the return, this is Jaquiz Rogers. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. We're going to look at a man in his fourth season already at the controls of the Bucs offense. From Florida State, it's Jameis Winston.
And there's little doubt that he's looking for a big-time bounce-back season in 2018. Everyone expected a big year in 2017, but the team won just 3 times in his 13 starts. Some of that you got to put on their defense. They struggled, but there are too many inopportune turnovers that continue to plague him.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a play fake here on 1st down. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
He's got Evans. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
And Deshaun Jackson is the guy that your eyes naturally gravitate towards because he's a big play waiting to happen. In his career, usually averages about 20 yards a catch. Last season in 2017, closer to 13 yards per catch. Look for him to be recommitted to getting back downfield and catching the long ball.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. This will be from 49 yards out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Finding room inside the 40, and finally taken down at the 34. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Seattle's offense coming back on the field. And, Charles, I was looking at it recently. Tanner McAvoy got released. That means that just 20 players are left from their 2016 playoff roster.
What a revamp for Seattle. And a lot of people think that this team is going to struggle. I think as an organization, they believe they've got something special going. A bunch of new kids, new faces who'll play awfully hard for the Seahawks. And one of the new faces is a...
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Jameis to throw it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A second down throw for Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's third down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 43 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he spins through. A nice little juke. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Flushed out right. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So for Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And this is incomplete. Chris Conte right there to break that one up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Rolling to his right. Completes it to Dixon. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ed Dixon, 47 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drive, 4 plays, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On 3rd down, Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now 21-17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On 1st and 10, Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the tight end, Dixon, left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, How'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the football. And guess what? I throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now Wilson, and he slings one that's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite-color jersey.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Let's get it.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Flush to his right, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Let's get it.
Here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Second down, Winston. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That is incomplete. Ryan Smith right there defensively.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He's going to rifle one deep left. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 47 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Well, not content with a first-quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Ready. Black 22.
The give is to Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ready. Black 22.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, good move. Oh, what a move. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st down, Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And that's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Wilson flushed out right. And it's caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. It's the Seahawks on top here early. We'll return to Tampa after this message. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Janikowski good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time a 6-play drive, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
They go play action here on first down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
As we inch closer to the regular season, I'm just peering down at some of the preseason records. Right now, Ravens 4-0, Bengals, Panthers, Cardinals, all 3-0. I guess my question is, what stock do you put in these preseason records?
The easy answer is nothing, because the preseason doesn't really matter. But some organizations do put more stock in it than others. Some of them want to win every preseason game. Others don't worry about that at all. Intel has told me that only one team has won the Super Bowl after going 0-4 in the preseason, and that was in a strike year, I believe, when Washington did it. So for the most part, you just don't want to go winless in the preseason. But remember this, the Browns and the Lions both went 4-0 preseasons, then they went 0-16 in the regular season.
Speaking of winless teams, Eagles and Falcons both winless right now, could be Super Bowl contenders.
I still think that they're going to be, whether they go winless or not. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's Wilson to throw on third down. He finds his man, Baldwin. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
There's obviously nothing shy about the guys dialing up offense here. They take a shot on third down, and boy, did they get rewarded, even though there was good defense on the play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Nick Vanette, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
It's not a great revelation to say that it's going to take a lot to replace what Jimmy Graham gave this club from the tight end position, especially in the red zone. But that had to be an encouraging sight for Russell Wilson right there as he finds one of his replacements for the touchdown.
Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And give him a gain of 37.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Working out of the gun, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Tom Johnson getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in Southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did. And if I'm not incorrect, his goal when he started this to help all the people was $200,000. $41.6
million. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number 1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This is caught by Jackson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Hey, ready. Blue ready.
Winston now from the 50. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, 50 yards. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will cut the lead down to 15. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Lockett the return. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now Wilson on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Again, Wilson. This one caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
To throw again is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Let's go now.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally the first step in the right direction for a stop. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Nazaire Jones there on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Buccaneers now. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others. I have a feeling that speech came out.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Wilson down around his goal line. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try to find.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will cut the lead down to 15. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Block the return. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. But with the incompletion there, gives us time to hit on the retirement, Charles, of Eric Decker. Of course, played for the Broncos, Jets, and Titans. Was with the Patriots this preseason, but now he's going to step aside.
I think he had a fantastic career because look at it this way. Getting 1,000 yards in one season for a receiver, that's a career for most people. He did it 3 times. Best year in Denver in 2013. 87 catches, almost 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns. Congratulations on a wonderful career, Eric Decker.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Come on, let's go.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively, you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Wilson now on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of...
And it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play, Winston to Evans, and even 40 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Lockett the return. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. Tyler Lockett, 30, the 20, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 96 yards, and the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And Tyler Lockett does it again. Talk about being able to transition what he did in college to the NFL. And I know there were doubters because of his size, but this guy is absolutely electric with the ball in his hands.
Plays like that, that's how you become a Pro Bowl return guy. Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A spectacular return of 96 yards. Great blocking in front of him on special teams as well as he takes it to the end zone.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
So out come the Bucs now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Ready. Move my hands up.
On second down, Winston again. Incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ready. Black 22.
On third down, Winston. Past the 20. He's got Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will cut the lead down to 15. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Lockett the return. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15. And time for us to spotlight Doug Baldwin. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm, they had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down, but they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Wilson on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And now Sebastian Janikowski on from a long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And now Sebastian Janikowski on from a long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Jameis to throw it. Jackson's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Ready. Blue waiting.
A first down throw for Winston. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Ready. White 25. Let me go.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And this is back to an 8-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Lockett the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. First down, Wilson, flush to his right. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Wilson throwing on first down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We want to remind you that new this year in regular season games, I'll take you around the NFL and give you stats and scores from games in progress, as well as look back at games that have already been completed. So keep an eye out for that, but for now, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? Bernard Reedy now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play. Winston to Evans, 57 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that'll be incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Ready? Move back, move back, man.
Off the play fake, Winston. And Winston lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I know one thing, the team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it, and an opportunity missed. Leaves it for Penny, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look up to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And a gain there of 11 yards.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Throwing on first down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Eluding the pressure right, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but...
We're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all because you want that penalty. All right? They just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Play fake. Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him.
Here's Wilson, flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On 1st down, Wilson, flush to his right. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive game.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a 1st down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively and try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Again, it's Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. This is caught by Jackson. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Byron Maxwell. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Escaping the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Now Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Flush to his right, and he's got room. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Tempo.
From midfield now, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Come on, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
To throw is Wilson. 3 in on 2nd and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Nothing open down the field. It keeps it himself 11 1st down. Throw now.
11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The offense on third down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. They're looking at third and a few inches. Wilson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Dissly, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Second down, Winston. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jackson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. Down to the 25. Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He's at the 30, 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They go play action here on first down. And some room to work. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. Running room down to the 32. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Working out of the gun, Winston. And fights through one man. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Jones. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah,
what happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
4th and 2 is normally a passing down, but in this case, they decided to give it to their running back, and he did get the first down, although not by much.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Lockett the return. He spins free. Spinning again. Oh, he did it again. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson that escapes the sand. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're buried deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Now Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And Winston lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 55 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. On 1st down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ed Dixon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Hey, 4 down. Ready? Blue way.
From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now a handoff. Rolling left is Jones. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you also control the game.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Defense.
And yes, they want the point, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Lockett the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Doug Baldwin and company getting ready to go again on offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's what really becomes fun because
they can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kendall Beckwith in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, Wilson flushed out right, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First down, Winston. Wide open receiver complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Lockett the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flush to his right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Wilson on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
Let's go.
Wilson now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson escaping the pressure right. Oh, able to avoid him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
tempo.
Now Wilson throwing on first down. Flushed out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Ready! Blue ready!
Winston now to throw on first down. Pass incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Jameis to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop indeed not a good look.
Black 25! Where's that? Right there. 54 Mike.
On third down, Winston. And now another one thrown incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 41 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Extra point up and good by Captain Zero. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. Lockett the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does. And that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Here's Wilson, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Tempo, tempo.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Jason Pierre-Paul bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight. Now Wilson on second down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jason Pierre-Paul in there again. My goodness, that is now his fourth sack tonight.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Winston to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Here's Winston. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing now is Wilson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. He's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 84 yards. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Eluding the pressure right. Skirts by him at the 35. And here now is spin. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going after passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on fourth down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale because they were wondering 3 for 3 getting converted on fourth down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And he just clocked it, but the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we bid you good night from Tampa.